Good morning. Today we will share the same topic. We share the same topic like the last time when we talked about Nietzsche and Spinoza, the resemblance. Once Nietzsche said, "I've discovered somehow late this man Spinoza, but I saw that I have a precursor." So, on that opportunity, we talked about amor fati, the acceptance. Amor fati, it is, those words are like in Latin. Amor, it is love. Fati, it is like destiny. Amor fati, it means to accept the reality, to accept the life as it is. We had an opportunity to talk about eternal recurrence. Today we will not continue to talk about such things, but what we know it is that Nietzsche is a great philosopher, and now we have his books like Das Spark Zarathustra. Das Spark Zarathustra is, the original title is Also sprach Zarathustra. Sprach, it is the verb sprechen. It means to speak. Also sprach Zarathustra, it means Das sprach Zarathustra. In French, it means Ainsi parla Zarathustra. This is one book, but I have another one. Today we will read one thing, one thing related to the genealogy of morals. As you know, Nietzsche talks about two types of morality. He criticizes what he calls like slave morality. It is like the fake humility, ascetic morality, things like those. So today will not be abundant about this. We will talk about this book, like chapter 4, for example. We will try to connect this chapter 4. It is called The Despisers of the Body. The Despisers of the Body. It is like what he talked about in this other book about morality. Criticizing the ascetic life, ascetic morality, like the morality in churches. They despise the body. But before I continue, I will tell you in summary the philosophy of Spinoza, and you will be able to link them yourselves. In the philosophy of Spinoza, God or substance is just one thing, one entity that is not beyond, that is not outside the nature, but it is the same as the nature in this book of ethics. Ethics is very well written in a geometric order. You will find there demonstrations, axioms. For example, in the first book, axiom, there is some definition. The first definition, he says, by cause of itself, I understand that whose essence involves existence, or that whose nature cannot be conceived unless existing. Yes, nature, no, you see, cause of itself. In Latin, it is causa sui, causa sui. Cause of itself. It's here Spinoza says that God. If you continue, you will find that was definition number 1. But in definition number 6, you find God. God is cause of itself, and he is not, and it is not like a personal God. He cannot think. He cannot love. He cannot have jealousy. He cannot get angry. Whenever we find in Bibles and in Quran, those churches, those special books from churches, we will find that God is like a human being that we have projected outside. But Spinoza said, no, God is the nature. And it is well explained in this book. I was telling you that in the book is like it is written in geometric order. You cannot contest. You cannot contest. The only arguments the religion had in the time of Spinoza, it was to chase him. Even his family could not attend him, could not greet him, could not serve him. Good. Saying that this is written in geometric order, I can allude to axioms. Axiom. In mathematics, we find in logics, and in geometry, we can find axioms. Axioms are those truths that you cannot deny. They do not require demonstrations. For example, axiom 1 in the same first book. The first book talks about God. It is called Of God in Latin. The original was in Latin. It talks about God. It was De Deo. So, axiom 1. Everything which is either in itself or in another. Everything that we have is either in itself or in another. It is not, you cannot like falsify this. You cannot say this, it is not true. Yeah, if I try to make it plain, you can, for example, find, this piece of paper that helps me to find the page where I am reading. Yeah, you can say it is located, it is in the book. But the book also is in my library, in my small library. But my small library is also in my house. But my house is also in my village. The village in the sector in the district, the district in the province in my country. From the country to the continent. Beyond the continent, you can say, the continent is also in the whole earth. If you continue, you find that our earth is in our galaxy, and so on. It is not for nothing that Spinoza states this axiom. Everything which is either in itself or in another. So if you say that I exist, yes, I exist and I am in this house. but the house is also located in a village, and so on. So we can think, we can say such things about God also, using this axiom. We will find that God is infinite. Being infinite, he doesn't have, or it doesn't have. We use it because even Spinoza changed the question. That he will not say who is God. No. He say what is God. So what is God? God is not personal. Is not a person in the philosophy of Spinoza. So if we use this axiom and the definition of causa sui, or cause of itself, we'll find that God is infinite, is causa sui, and doesn't require what? A container. God doesn't have a container. You will not even say that God is in heavens. So no. God is infinite. So if you say God is infinite, it means that yes, I would say he or it, or it contains everything. So in that philosophy, we are parts of God. We are parts of God. Men are parts of God. Trees, rivers, mountains, animals are also parts of God. Spinoza is a monist. His monism, it is like opposition to dualism. Dualism is like the philosophy of Descartes. Descartes said that the body and the mind are two different entities, and he could even locate the mind or the soul in between two hemispheres of the brain. So what I want to mean is that Spinoza is a monist, and the monism is not about God only. It is also about man. Body and mind are the same. Body and mind are the same. It is like if you have a coin, or a key like this, you have two sides, but you will see this side, one side, according to the perspective, according to where you are. According to where you are, you will find this side. But if you take another perspective, you will find another side. So you can't separate soul and body, or mind and body are just the same thing in the philosophy of Spinoza. According to him, a spirit that is not connected with the body can't exist, because the body, in his words, the mind is the idea of the body. The idea of the body is the mind in the philosophy of Spinoza. So now we jump quickly and we make connections. The despisers of the body. This is who is this man? Nietzsche. Nietzsche has written in this book, there are some pages where he says that God has died. God has died. Not Jesus on the cross, but God has died. It was an old man who was saying this. Zarathustra was saying this to an old man that he had met after descending from like meditation. Okay, I will not summarize this just now. saying Nietzsche wrote this book. In this book, he says that God was killed. If you find this book, it is written in French. It is called Spinoza, l'homme qui a tué Dieu. Spinoza, the man who killed God. Spinoza, the man who killed God. Which God? Spinoza is the first man who says that God exists, but not a personal God, not a creator. Even Goethe, the writer of Faust and the sufferings of the younger Werther, the sorrows of the young Werther was written by Goethe. Goethe has said that Spinoza was like he was like a drunkard of God, because he saw God in everything. Okay, or everywhere. Good. Now, but Spinoza said there is no personal God, but God is like the nature. God sive natura. God or nature. God is like nature. Beyond nature, there is no God, there is no Satan, there is no such things. For some people who are not accustomed to our societies, if I say our societies, is like African societies, and maybe also in some developed countries, there is still religions. But they do not have such influence like in Africa, in Rwanda, in Tanzania, in Congo, in Kenya. Good. So here it is very important to talk about God and to help people to make like good decisions according to knowledge, not according to fear. Good. The despisers of the body. Let us read. We will not read a lot of things here. If you finish this chapter 4 or part 4, you will find, I go not your way, you despisers of the body. You are not bridges for me to the Superman. You see, Nietzsche was also talking about the Superman, the Übermensch. The Superman is like the man who is like able to make his values, to create values, not just to swallow those values from the society or from the groups about good and evil, about bad and good. Yeah, the Superman. Good. I go not your way, you despisers of the body. You are no bridges for me to the Superman. Good. But before this end that I was reading, you find the starting. He says, to the despisers of the body, I will speak my word. I wish them neither to learn afresh, nor teach anew, but only to bide farewell to their own bodies, and thus be dumb. Body am I, and soul, so says the child. And why should one not speak like children? Let us repeat. Body am I, and soul, so says the child. And why should one not speak like children? So here we are invited to be simple and consider body and soul as unique and one thing. I thank you. Now we have connected Nietzsche and Spinoza. I wish you all the best. Thank you.